Hi friends, in the last session we have discussed about list data type and list. We have studied about list and what is list and what are the different functions applicable for the list and how to how to add or what are the different operations performed on list. In this session we are going to learn about other data type called tuple. So what is tuple here? Again same, just like list. Tuple is also heterogeneous elements. It takes the heterogeneous elements and separated by comma, and it also accepts duplicate elements. And tuple is also ordered, tuple is indexed, and it should declare within round braces here. So whether braces are mandatory, no, braces are optional. Whereas for list, braces are mandatory. So let me take one tuple here and perform different operations on tuple. Let me take one tuple here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me take t1 equal to 22, 33, 44. Let me print t1 plus t2. t1 plus t2. Yes, we're able to modify, not modify, we are able to add or concat both the elements, both the tuples here, t plus t1 or t plus t1, t plus t1. Yes, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 22, 33, and 44. We are able to modify, or we are able to add, we are able to concat. Let me check whether we are able to subtract. No, we are not able to subtract the tuples. Tuple and tuple, it won't support minus operator here, so it is incorrect. So here we are able to modify, we are able to add both the elements. Let me check. Let me take again the tuple. Let me check whether braces are mandatory or optional. So now I'm taking and I'm checking type of t. When I check the type of t, it says tuple, which means this complete data type t is considered as tuple. If I remove the braces here, it says still tuple. So braces are optional here, which, as we have already discussed about this point in the earlier sessions during data type session. So braces are always optional here. Okay. Now let me take single element within tuple. How to declare a single element? As we already know, if I try to declare a single element like this within round braces here, it says it's not tuple. It says it is an integer data type. So how can we declare a single element within a tuple? For example, I have taken the as brackets are optional, I have taken this. So it is treating this as integer. So let me consider one comma here. Let me take one comma here. So now it says tuple. So you should understand that for declaring single element, you should have a comma here. Okay, now you can keep braces or we can remove braces. That is, as it is optional, we can skip the braces or we can even take the braces here. Okay, so now as per tuple property, tuple is immutable. So how many functions can it take? Like list have so many functions. List has append, list has extend, list also have other properties. So now, can tuple have all the functions which is already applicable for list? No, because list is mutable. So their item assignment is possible, whereas here it is not possible in tuple. So tuple have very few functions applicable for it because of its immutable nature. So let me take what are the functions which are applicable for tuple. There are very few functions which are common for other data types as well. Okay, let me take one example here. 1, 2, 1, 23, 43, 56. Now let me take the first function, print length of t. What is length of t here? We have how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4. So total length will be 4. Now the second thing is whether we will be able to modify the value of 43 or not. Yes, let me check that. T of what is the index of 43 is 0, 1, 2. So it is here 2. So I'm trying to modify the value of 43. Now I'm trying to modify the value of 43 as Python. Now let me check T. It says item assignment is not possible, which means Python, in Python, tuple is immutable. We won't be able to modify the value of a given particular element inside a tuple. So here you should understand tuple is immutable. Because it is immutable in nature, we won't be able to modify. Okay. So as usual, items can be accessed. Access elements of tuple by indexing and slicing. So indexing and slicing is applicable for tuple, very similar to list, because indexing and slicing, because of it's simple ordered data type, so we can apply indexes, we can also apply slicing. Whereas what is the difference between indexing and slicing? Indexing takes single element. For example, I want to print only single element, single index values. For example, I want to print 2, it says 43. And similarly, I want to print, let me take few more elements, 78, 90, 98. So when I click 2 is 2, 5, it prints from 2, 3, and 4, but not 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So 3 elements it's going to print, 43 to 50, 43 to 78. This is nothing but a tuple. So tuple will take indexing and slicing here as usual for how we apply for lists. Okay, this is one thing. Let me take other function, max, min. So let me take here max of t. So it says 98 is the largest element here present inside a tuple. Similarly, min of t, it says the least element is 1. Okay, we can apply count also, how many times particular element is repeated. Okay, it gives the count of t. So okay, t dot count of that particular element, 98, it's repeated 3 times, so it gives 3 times 98 is repeated, which is a count of that particular element. Okay, and then next is index, t dot index of 98. If I take here, it gives 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's giving the first occurrence and not the other occurrence of the element. The first occurrence is 6. First occurrence index position is at 6th position. This is nothing but index. So let me add 2 different tuples, which we already discussed. T2 equal to, I say 23, 44, 55. Now we can add T1 plus T2 as usual. This is nothing but addition. Yes, addition is possible. Okay, we can add 2 different tuples. Yes, it is possible. Now let me check whether we will be able to delete T of 3. So what is third index? 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now third element is 56. Let me check whether we will be able to delete the 56 or not. Print T here. It says item deletion is not possible. Tuple does not support item deletion here. Okay, so you can't delete an element. You can't add you can't modify anything within a tuple because it is immutable nature. Okay, so let me delete complete tuple. Yes, whether it is possible or not. Yes. Now let me check T. Yes, T is not at all there, which means it has deleted. It has deleted entire tuple here. So deletion of entire tuple is possible. Accessing, as you know, by indexing and slicing, we can access. Yes. And looping. Now the last concept is looping. You can apply loop. Okay, you can apply loop here. So it prints all the elements present within that tuple. So this iterator is taking each element and printing one by one until it reaches the last element. So let's learn about iterator concept in the further sessions. But now you can see how for loop is applied on this tuple. For k in t, t is a tuple, k is an iterator here. So for iterator, t, k in t, print k. K is an iterator which prints each elements from the tuple. Okay, this is nothing but a tuple. Well, all the functions applicable on tuple. So let me give one example here. I'll take this 56 and 70 or 56 to 90 within one tuple, sorry, one list, and 98, 98 and 78 or 77 within a tuple. So now the question is, as tuple is immutable, now the question is whether we will be able to modify the value present here and present here, yes or no. Let's check how to modify the element. So let's take t of index. What is the index of 78? 0, 1, 2, and this complete thing is 3. So t of 3 equal to, or print 3. Let me print this t of 3. What's going to print here? Well, it's going to print the entire list. Now I want to take this particular element to be printed. How can we do that? So within a list, again, if you start the index, it should start from 0 and 1 and 2. So index of 78 is 1. Now let me take this 1. Yeah, now I got the element 78. Let me take this complete thing and let me check whether we are able to modify that to Python. I am now modifying the 78 value to Python. Whether it is possible or not, let me print t. Yeah, we are able to modify this. As tuple is immutable, but still we are able to modify this. How? Now the question is, this is a list. So list still follow its properties even though it is present within the tuple, or if it is present in any other data type like set or dictionary or somewhere. We will be able to modify value because list is mutable nature. List is the property which is completely mutable. So now I'm taking 78. I have modified to Python. It is we are able to modify here. Let me modify this 98. So this is 3 and this is 4. 4 is 98 and 5 is this one. Now let me check whether it is printing 98 or not. Print particular, yes, it is printing this 98. Now I want to modify this 98 to something else. Let me take this and I'm checking here. Well, I'm trying to modify this 98 to Perl. Whether it is allowing or not, let me check. It is not allowing. It's saying object does not support item assignment as usual because of tuples immutable nature. So here the point to understand is, even though if you have tuple within a tuple or list within a tuple, still tuple follows its own properties. It won't lose its properties. Similarly, list follows its own properties. It won't lose its properties. Okay, so now here we have learned tuple, even though it's present in any other data type, still its properties it can't lose. Similarly, list. If they ask an interview, you can try this. You can try saying the same question. This is an interview question. You should follow this. You should understand this concept. Okay. Now, what's the other thing which we need to discuss about tuple is, let's talk something about tuple constructor. For example, I have a list. 33, 44. I want to modify this list to tuple. We can simply use t equal to tuple of L. Now print type of t. It says tuple. Okay, so tuple constructor here, we have used tuple method or tuple constructor. We say tuple method which can accept any data type here, and it simply converts into, sorry, it simply converts into tuple. Okay, so this is the thing which we need to learn from tuple. Okay, so let me take one tuple here, simple tuple here. Let me rename to T. And now I want to just print it. Print 3 into 3. What happens? Let me check. It's saying it's taking the multiple repetition operator, which is star here. Repetition operator is mainly used to repeat the elements. For example, 22, 33, and 44. We have taken within T, and these three elements will be repeated 3 times. 22, 33, 44, 22, 33, 44, and 22, 33, and 44, which is repetition operator. Yes, this is also possible within a tuple. Okay, these are the different properties which is for the data type tuple. So let's learn about other data types in the further sessions. Hope this helps something about tuple. If you have any kinds of doubts or any kind of queries, you can comment it out here. Thank you.